Hello, it's Craig here, and today I am going to introduce to you Azure, an extremely powerful energy build for both PVE and PVP, and show you step by step why each piece was chosen for the optimized build, instead of simply saying this piece is good. I am sure full energy builds all look relatively the same, but I wanted to start with a relatively easy build, like I started for my breakdowns with the headpieces. Sky Steel is the name of my first AC that I began the game with, and this is the color scheme. So I ended up with a lot of different builds you can call the Sky Steel series before I decided to go for a theme change. Feel free to make modifications to the color or even the AC itself if you want to be more fashionable. With the background information out of the way, let's get started with a relatively blank template. The first change I am going to make is the generator. Since this is a pure energy build, we are certainly going to make use of the energy firearm specialization stat on our generator. If you want to know the weapons that this stat affects, feel free to check out my video on the energy firearms or the generators. We are directly picking VE20C instead of trying to struggle with the VE20B. The reason is simple. The VE20B is not a great generator for pure energy builds, as energy firearms cost quite a bit of energy load, even without considering their charged energy load. Next, the weapon selection. The weapon selection is usually done in the beginning of your AC build, because weapons are quite varied in terms of cost and dictates a lot of your build optimization. The theme of Azure is to continuously pelt your enemy with lasers after lasers. While dodging a few lasers might be possible, the enemy will eventually run out of steam and take your laser shots. And since I want this build to be able to function at both close and mid-range, the weapons I am going for are 2 VP66LR on the arms and 2 VP60 LCS on the back. The laser cannon on my back is an easy selection because you can fire 4 shots in a row before running out of heat. With alternating fire and pauses in between for more cooling, it's easy to be able to continuously shoot these at the right pace. You want to alternate fire most of the time unless you stability break the enemy, since you don't want to put all your eggs in a basket and hope they don't dodge both lasers at the same time. Now, the VP66LR, aka the small laser rifles, are selected due to its faster fire rate, lower cost, better cooling management, higher ammo, and much quicker charge attack than the medium one. Once again, for the details, you can check out my energy firearm weapon video. These are very easy to juggle, especially with the charged attack here and there. If you're playing well, you will never overheat with these weapons. The other option is the laser handgun. You're actually dealing roughly the same damage while rapid firing these, with a slightly higher accumulated impact. However, personally, I find the laser handgun's charge attack to be lackluster. The other reason is, if we factor the recoil with the fire rate, the handgun has higher recoil per second, which will become an issue with our arm selection. The next piece we are going to tick off is the FCS. We are going to use the relatively popular FCS G2 P05. Medium range is the range we try to battle in most of the time, even though we do close the distance into close range for more accurate shots or to outplay our enemies here and there. Its 45 close range assist is enough with our arm selection that I will talk about in a minute. The second reason why this is good is because this is a FCS with a relatively low energy load, and energy is quite precious for energy generators that already suffer from having lower regen capabilities due to having higher energy firearm specialization stat. Next, we are going to run the Nashriher 46E for our arms. I haven't talked about the arm pieces yet, but the Nashriher 46E has the highest firearm specialization. This stat matters because it makes our tracking much better. But the arm has the second worst recoil control in the entire game, which often poses problems for weapons with higher recoil. However, the light laser rifle has a low enough recoil for this to not be an issue. Here, I'll show you the comparison between the light laser rifle and the handgun in the Nash Riher arms. Your back weapon also has recoil. If we factor our laser cannons in, you see that our laser rifle only has a tad bit of issue here and there after firing both cannon shots, whereas the handgun has much more issue maintaining accuracy at a mid-distance. Overall, for a bit of recoil and accuracy, I think it's more than worth it to use the Nash Riher arms when all 4 of our weapons benefit from the bonus tracking, especially when the laser cannons are doing the heavy hits. If you want to use the handgun instead, I suggest going for the Nylander C3 arms, which trades a bit of firearm specialization for recoil control. The legs are next, which also solves our booster question because I am picking the wheelchair legs. Firing the laser cannon or the charged laser rifle shots on a bipedal or reverse joint freezes us in place. We cannot have that happening when we're going to shoot them time after time. The other requirement is I want to be fast, since I want the option to dictate the distance versus my enemies. This build prioritizes movement speed over quick boosting for dodging, since we want to be able to keep strafing and shooting. So even if we're quite heavy and our quick boosting CD is relatively long with a wheelchair, we manage to be fast despite our heavy weight. This is very well worth the trade-off, as it is normally impossible to be this fast and heavy without the wheelchair. With only 2 pieces of gear left, let's tackle the core piece. The core piece can be a tricky piece to pick sometimes, but since we're running the VE20C, we have a good general direction. We want to pick a piece with high generator output adjustment in order to buff our generator output so that we can get a better energy efficiency. From our selection, I picked the VE40A since my secondary concern is about the defensive stats for this AC. For the headpiece, I went with the Vero since it is still the best overall defensive piece when you don't have issues with weight or energy load. Again, I tend to pick my headpiece last, and if you don't like the Vero's fashion, feel free to make some sacrifices to performance to look better. Finally, assault armor or pulse armor both works. I tend to use pulse armor for 1v1 since it allows you to reset your stability, but 3v3 is usually a mess, so assault armor tends to serve better. I'll do PvP with both of these extensions later. A very quick showcase and warm up in the arena, as Freud doesn't hold a candle against this build, and then I will do the PVE and PVP showcase with commentary. Like and subscribe. If you want to support my work, please consider buying my fantasy novel or donating to my Patreon down below. With a book purchase, you can also request a topic from me. Okay, I haven't PvE'd with this build for a long time, but it's a really strong build and you get the pieces, at least most of them, very early on. So if you meet something larger, you can just use your back laser, or like the medium-sized enemies, you can do 2 shots, 1 from each of your light laser rifle, and you should be able to kill them. And for the even smaller enemies, 1 single shot is more than enough. But as you can see here, you have enough range to easily take out a lot of enemies. And here we have a elite unit, and if you just alternate, use your charge attacks and your back laser cannons, it's very easy to take out. And you see here, alternating helps me keep the heats down a lot. you can see I try to not redline my generator whenever possible because it regens faster that way. Okay, I think let's do a assault boost here. Okay, I think that's just enough distance. Nice. Okay, I didn't screw up, thankfully. And a quick resupply, and a few more mobs, and it's time to fight the boss. Light laser rifles, I think, are a very nice blend between damage and fire rate, and they also have a good charged attack. Plus, your laser cannon on your back, you have more than enough ammo to use them to cover for harder enemies. So, this combination works really well. Alright, the PCA aircraft. Honestly, I think these guys I think some of their pieces look really nice. Like the cannon this one's holding in the right hand. I would really like to use that. Unfortunately, we don't get any of their pieces. Maybe in the DLC. But okay. Alright, so we literally just start firing and use our cannons as well. And we can charge our attacks, or just, you know, comboing off the stagger easily kills them. You don't even need it, honestly, because your stagger isn't as high as kinetic weapons, but your raw damage is a lot higher, especially with the energy specialization. But yeah, just literally just spam and make sure, you know, you get the rhythm down and you're fine. This build is super strong. Okay, that should definitely be a S rank. Alright, PvP. First match of the day. Hope I'm not too rusty with this build. The needle guns do a lot of impact at close range. I think they're fairly meta for doing impact damage actually. Okay, I have to watch out. Not good. Okay, yeah. You know what? I need to do a better job kiting, but I think we can still win this. Do I still have my assault armor on? Yeah, okay, I didn't change to the defensive armor. Either one works, honestly. Let's see if we can catch him with a charge attack. There we go. And okay, he just died from the laser cannon. But I wanted to shoot a few hard-hitting moves in a row and see if I could end him there and then. Okay, now that I know he's the kind of aggressive player, let's try to keep our distance better this time and dodge quick boost at the right time to dodge some of his shots. Okay, and assault armor right before our stability breaks, perfect. So we basically didn't allow him to just do free damage near us after our stability broke, and a charged attack, nice. Perfect. With much better kiting, you see that you can basically tear down even very high impact stun builds like the Needles or Zimmerman's. I think that's a laser slicer. I'm not sure what's on the left back, but the right back is the kinetic orbit. I don't think he's gonna have an easy time chasing us despite being a light build, and it's gonna be a struggle for him because I don't think he has enough impact damage to catch me with his melee combo. So his slicer isn't gonna help because I'm not gonna trade him at melee distance. And yeah, just fire cannons and shots after shots, and pretty much this is a win. It's gonna be hard for him to, yeah, just because, you know, the build's not optimized enough. Oh, his left back was a shield. Yeah, there's no way. I think he definitely needs to be able to build up impact better to be able to finish off with the slicer. So yeah, no chance. Oh, he left. It's fine. Next duel. Good start because we definitely have the damage lead, and he's using one melee that's slow, so in a gunfight we definitely win. Oh, okay, I dodged that late. I was actually trying to stagger him before the laser hits us, but yeah, I was too slow in shooting. Anyways, it's fine. Eating it once is not a big deal. Keeping our distance doesn't do that much against that coral against the coral melee, so technically we can stay relatively close and just make sure our hits land, because even if lasers are fast, they still have a travel time, so at close distances we're actually not doing poorly. Dodge behind him to dodge the coral blade, and GG. Let's see if we find someone using a more meta setup. Okay, so Zimmermans and missile launchers to poke. This can actually be quite scary for us because there's cover, so he can poke with the missile launchers and force us to trade with the HP lead if he runs well. Getting caught by that was bad because it allowed him to combo us with a missile. Oh, okay, not again. Okay, my poor place. That was okay. This round is just my bad. Oh, and he's running away instead of engaging. Okay, that's a very good play by him. I definitely messed up by boosting backwards despite using my pulse armor. And he has the HP lead too, so he can poke us with the missile or just shoot us with the Zimmermans. Definitely not ideal. I definitely was not quick boosting right this round to dodge the missiles, and his timing with the missiles was good, or maybe just accidental. But anyways, I think we can continuously shoot, and if we can quick boost and dodge the Zimmermans, we can stick close, so while the Zimmermans are on CD, we can continuously pelt him with our lasers. Okay, let's try to do better this time. Okay, Zimmerman's dodged, so we can keep okay, nice, he wasn't able to punish us. Now we're just gonna circle around him. Okay, reset the stability and dodge his assault armor. We're fine. He doesn't have Zimmermans to shoot at us right now. And we'll dodge past him. Stagger and the win. Nice. Okay, that was still pretty close. We're actually better with the open range, so I'm gonna try and drag him here so nothing blocks our laser. And dodge the missiles. And at close range, dodge the Zimmermans. reset our stability. Okay, that was a good reset, but he responded once again by running away at the right timing. It's fine. I didn't want to get stability broken. Okay, we still have the HP lead. This is okay. This round of missile won't catch us, and Zimmerman's was too long. He was a bit too far. Perfect. It's fine. We'll just keep this pace and poke at a longer range. Okay, the Zimmerman's... Okay, I'm gonna kite towards the hill to jump up and get a clear shot. Nice. He followed us. Perfect. That was a great ending there. I also did progressively better each round as I followed his style better. Future Krites cutting in. I was debating on whether I should use this video because this was recorded right before the maintenance, but this 3v3 was really close right up until the end, and nobody was doing particularly poorly, so I think it's pretty exciting for a 3v3 that can usually be quite one-sided sometimes. I also had a really rough start, so yeah, just wanted to show this footage. Coral missiles. Okay, that was a really bad start. 3v3 coral missiles are such meta. Like, if you just don't see them coming, man, they do a lot of damage. Okay, it's fine. We can still come back from this. We'll kite at a longer range this time and support our allies because we're low on health. Well, I say long range, but it's really just the longer range, you know, within mid-range. There we go. And we'll keep shooting and try not to get caught up in the AoEs. Play a bit defensively. Keep spamming. It's core missiles again. Dodged. And we're definitely poking him for more than he's poking us, which is good. Okay. That was a really bad start by me. Definitely did not want to run into the coral missiles like that. Didn't really see it. We can make it back starting now. We'll try to play more smartly, get our energy back before we enter the battle, and we'll just shoot at the enemies. Find another target. We don't have to focus him and just do damage. And I think someone's chasing us too, so assault armor here. Nice, we killed him. And we'll just keep pelting the guy. Okay, perfect, he's stunned. Support. More damage. Okay, that was a good place to get stability broken because there wasn't a good follow-up for them. And now at closer range, let's make sure we land our hits and kill the AC. Perfect. We're definitely making up for the fiasco in the beginning. Let's wait until he comes and pelt him with more attacks. The wheelchair isn't too good in the air, so it's fine to stay more grounded for our energy, and we can still attack. We can still go into the air sometimes, but ouch, okay, that was a lot of combo. We can still go into the air, but you don't have to always enter the air to hit targets that are in the air, unless they're, you know, really high up. You can definitely just keep attacking. We're also good at chasing down low HP targets and make sure, you know, they don't have a time to breathe or they'll eat one of our lasers. Nice. The flamethrower seems to also be obstructing our enemy's vision, which works perfectly for our lasers. Yep, they seem to care more about the flamethrower, even though I'm pretty sure we're doing more damage. not good, but assault armor kind of made it back. Okay, 1 minute left. I think we're gonna die this time. We'll just do as much damage. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, we can't die anymore to make sure we win. Oh wow, the score is so close. I didn't realize because I was busy talking and shooting. Okay, we definitely cannot die anymore. We'll try to just finish off the low HP targets and maybe one more to secure the win because one of our allies has low HP too. So I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Okay. Let's try to get this guy too. Only 22 seconds. Damage. Perfect. Just loss of laser at a medium close range. I think that's the win, even if our ally dies. Nice. Okay. 8 seconds. Yep. We just have to not die here. And we're tanky enough with 11.8k HP. Yeah, no way. Nice. Ooh, that was a really close 3v3. And really, no one was performing really poorly. Like and subscribe. Krite, signing out.